Hi guys, how you doing? This is my tool bag here, and you can see there's a lot of Knipex handles sticking out of that. Now, there's a reason for that. Now, I'll just tell you a little bit about me. I work as a fire alarm engineer and security engineer. Used to have a YouTube channel. Some of you may recognise the room. I don't really bother with that anymore, but I do like to make the occasional video, so I haven't got a channel and subscribers as much. But if something particularly interests me now, I like to make a video on it. I was feeling a bit of pressure before, constantly making YouTube videos and having to, meet the demand of things and answer questions. So now I'm just making one when I fancy. Now, I was watching a video the other day by John McGrath. I would recommend subscribing to him. Very entertaining to listen to, and he speaks in a cool Irish accent as well, which I like. And he's got some really good content. And I heard him talking about how much he likes Knipex, and I was kind of related to that. And I thought, yeah, I really like Knipex too. Now, as British sort of electricians, we tend to use if we're going to use a combination pliers, we'll kind of use something like this. So this is 180mm Knipex combination pliers. You might perhaps use something like this. This one's a Klein version, and this one's a 225mm one. So they get in all different shapes and sizes, but they've got things in common. You can see the heads are roughly about the same size, and they're pretty much in common. They've got a gripping surface there, they've got a sort of bolt gripper, and they've got a cutting surface. And then they've got the pivot point there. This one's got an extra little thing. It's got little crimpers on the back as well. Now, my favourite make is Knipex. That's how you pronounce it, Knipex. I say Knipex because, let's be honest, we're in the UK. And pretty much I bought every single make of plier going when I first started out. And recently, and I mean very recently, the last few months, I've changed everything to either Klein or Knipex, mostly Knipex. So basically, I bought CKs, I bought NWS, I bought Draper Expert, anything really, and I deliberately tried every single make to sort of work out which one I liked the best, and I've totally landed on Knipex. I don't think anything else comes close to the quality of them. Klein's pretty close. I don't think they're quite, in my opinion, quite as nice as the Knipex, but they're not. There's not that big enough difference for me to for example, go and change this out. But a lot of my stuff ended up going on eBay, sold it on, and replaced it with Knipex stuff. Now, Knipex is expensive, but in my opinion, it is worth the money, for your tools, for your everyday tools. So all my tools at the moment look pretty much unused because I've recently changed them all, so that's why. And I've been on furlough now for quite a while because of this COVID-19. But these are the British combination pliers, but the Americans use something slightly different, and I'd say slightly better, if I'm honest. Now, this is what the Americans use. This is a lineman's pliers, originally made by Klein, and they were made for people who work on the telephone lines, when Edison and Nikola Tesla and all that were working on building the phone systems. Matthias Klein designed a set of these to actually, work on cutting the wires and stuff. But they're not just for that. They do a lot of things. But that's why they call lineman's pliers. There's a bit of history for you. Difference to our pliers: they're bigger, they're heavier, they're higher leverage, they're stronger tools. What you're missing is the little sort of gripping surface for the bolts. But to be honest, if I was going to do that, I'd just use something, bear with me, I'd use something like this, basically, a little, so Knipex alligator, maybe something like that. That's what I'd use for something like that, okay? So I'm not too bothered about that. But the advantage you get of that is you get a far, far bigger cutting surface on it. So you can cut bigger wires, far bigger wires with it. And you can really get something bigger in there. Also, these are induction hardened blades, so they're a lot stronger than the blades on these. They'll cut through things like, screws, nuts, bolts. They'll cut through a lot of different things without sort of damaging the blade, which, on these, you would actually take a chunk out of your blade. So obviously read the specifications and what you can cut, it sort of says the sort of levels of things you can cut on here, as opposed to what that one doesn't. Now, these ones aren't 1000 volt rated like these. You can get them with 1000 volt rated, but these ones here, they have crimpers on them, and they've got a sort of loosening tool there, so you can grip onto nails and stuff and pull them up and things, and you've even got a sort of stopper here to sort of grip onto things so it doesn't slip. And on the back then you've got a fish tape puller, which is great because you can put the fish tape in there, lock down on it, pull it out, loosen it, slide further up the fish tape, pull it down, and keep on an action like that, so you end up having a really quick action of yanking your fish tape through. You've got rounded, and this is why I went for the Knipex versions rather than the Klein versions, because I like this part. You've got a rounded jaw here, whereas the Kleins have got it more sort of that shape. So you can actually ream things inside there. You know, you can open it to whatever sort of size circle shape you want to ream different pipes out and things. And then you can use the end of that as an internal reamer. So that can do the outside, that can do the inside. This is sharpened as well. The teeth on this at the front compared to your standard one, they've got a far better gripping surface, because as you can see it's got lots and lots of little teeth on there, rather than what you get on here, which is sort of your straight edge. I think you can see that, can't you? It's not teeth, it's more like just a straight edge on the end. And again, you get a far larger, fatter gripping surface on it because you've got a far bigger head. Now, as you were saying, John McGrath, he was saying that he can use pliers for lots of different tasks, and that's what he likes about him, and he uses a bigger version of this. You know, this is the same thing as I found. You can use it for cutting, stripping, pulling wires, you can use it for crimping, you can use it for gripping and pulling, and you've got, you know, this really sort of high leverage handle on it. And also on these ones, your sort of pivot point there is right next to the blade, as opposed to these where they're a lot further away from the blade, so you can get far more strength into the blade with less effort. It's supposed to take about 25% less effort to cut and things with these ones. So I feel in general you're losing that bit there, but again, you got these. I feel these are just a far more capable tool. And I don't know why more British electricians don't adopt these. If you have an electrician in America, they'll all have these, all of them. But I've literally not come across any British engineers. I've heard of them who've got them. I've spoken to them who got them when I was doing my channel. But I've literally not met any other British sparkies or, you know, alarm engineers who've got these, and I love them. I think they're great. I haven't bothered with the 1000 volts because I like you get these little tools here, and you know, normally alarms are low voltage anyway. I've just bought the 1000 volt versions basically because I like the feel of the handles a bit better. They're more comfortable and I like the look of them a bit better, and you know, I've got them then with the voltage protection if I need them. But yeah, these are the comfort grips, and these are the 0912 240s, and these are the top of the range ones. Then you get the 0902 240s, which you don't get these things, you just get a larger gripping surface, and you don't get the fishtail puller on the back. And then you get the 0908 240s, which again are the same without the fishtail puller and the larger without the gripping surface on the back, except you get this handle on it, the VD 1000 volt rated handle. Tested to 10,000 volts as well. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show us. British engineers, you can see the size difference on it. You can see it's a big beefy tool. You can even use the edges here as a hammer. That's how strong they are. So they're just a really great tool to have in your pocket. And this is so yeah, there is the Knipex 0912 240. I'm not too bothered about subscribers on this channel, but I'm going to give John a shout out here, John McGrath. Subscribe to his channel, look him up, he does some good videos, interesting stuff, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on another one when I feel like I want to do another one. So thanks guys, cheers, bye.